Our Sports Extra Bucs Playoff Special returns.
All right, joining us now, Tiki Barber. I'm not sure which one is which. I know I do. You got a pocket square. That's good stuff. Who better to break down the 49ers? You broke them down last week. 115 yards rushing, 62 receiving, a touchdown. It's a good day for you. Take it away, Ronde.
Oh, man, we don't want to confuse you guys, but I know we look identical on the set, and we planned that. Although Tiki's in pink, kind of red.
Takes real men to wear pink,
yeah,
you know.
Of course. Mom used to always put me in red because of Ronde, but we kind of threw a little wrench at you guys for today. But anyways, Tiki, 49ers defense is definitely perceived as a weakness. Tell me a little bit about them.
Well, we perceive them as the weaker part of their team as opposed to their offense, which is very explosive, can score a lot of points, as they showed in the second half. But their defense was a little bit weak because of injuries, mostly. There was one game in particular where Julian Peterson had to play cornerback, had to play linebacker, he had to play safety at one time because so many guys had gotten hurt. And so we knew we could attack them in a lot of different ways.
All right, now, I know you guys went in there with a game plan. You were able to exploit them. Kerry was able to exploit them. Jeremy Shockey was able to exploit them. Monty Toomer had a huge day. Tell us about that.
Well, we wanted to run the ball initially. We wanted to hit them on the edges because their defensive ends, in particular, are underweight. 265 pounds, I think, was the heaviest one. So we wanted to run them on the edges and do play-action pass because we knew we could get the ball downfield. We knew that we could exploit them in little things and make those into big plays.
Yeah, we're watching video of you now, and you're just slicing them up. Although you were hot going in this game as an offense, what do you think about our offense? Tell us a little bit about your game plan. Did you think our offense probably picked up from watching your film last
probably
week?
Very similar to what I've heard Monty Kiffin say this week about your defense. You're just going to do what you do. Luckily, we were on a streak. We were hot as an offense. We were running the ball well. Monty was getting open, making great plays, and Kerry wasn't making any mistakes. For your offense, I think you probably need to do the same type of things that we did. You want to run right at the edges. You want to do play-action pass. You want to complete the short passes, keep the ball moving, and get yourself in position to make some points. I'm confident that your guys' defense can hold them under 39 or whatever they scored against us. Because it's not going to take a lot for you guys to beat them offensively. I think if you play consistent, you play smart, you don't make a lot of mistakes on your offensive side of the ball, their defense won't beat you.
I agree with that.
Can you go get Ahmad Plummer?
You can definitely go against Ahmad Plummer. Monty had a huge day against him, 170-something yards and 3 touchdowns. It was just a matter of our guy making a play over their guy.
We got some video of Ahmad Plummer right here. I think at one point they had thrown at him 9 times. They completed 9 balls for like 190 yards.
Well, football, as you guys
hey, Keyshawn, this might be your shot.
Football, as you guys know, is all about matchup. Just like Terrell Owens against Jason Sehorn in the second half, you want to find your best matchups. With us, it really wasn't an option because Amani's really our only healthy receiver, but we were able to mix it up enough where we got him on our matchup, and he made the plays when he had to have them done. There was one in particular where he was covered, but he went up and got the ball and scored a touchdown for us.
All right, Tiki had their moments this year, and they're going to need a good moment this week. All right, now, thanks, Jeff. All week long, we have asked you guys to go on to TBO and ask Ronde a question, and we've got some good ones here. Let's go right to the first one. That's actually for both of you guys. Are you and your mother happy that you won't be playing against your brother, Tiki, in a game? What does Mom say?
You know what? Mom hasn't even addressed this issue yet. I think she was so quiet during the week last week that she just didn't want to accept that it could happen. And when it didn't happen, she was probably relieved, although I think both of us wanted to do it.
She was afraid I was going to hurt him.
Oh, whatever.
Who would win? Who would win?
I'm bigger than him. You know, I got the advantage.
No, the game.
I don't know. You know what? It was funny because Coach Payton, our offensive coordinator, said I had the game plan drawn up. First play of the game would have been Hawk left, 384, H snake, F seam.
Right, so right at Ron. That means they're going right at Ron.
Exactly. Going right at
Okay.
Now.
Question number 2, and this is for Tiki. Do you think aiming the Buccaneer cannons at the refs during the game would help them make better calls after last week?
Well, I tell you, the one thing I have a problem with referees is most of the times they're not held accountable. This past week, Tagliabue held them accountable by calling them out and saying that they were wrong in this call that they made. But I had a big problem with this because the referees in the playoffs are supposed to be the best. They're supposed to make the right calls all the time. And if they're uncertain, they're supposed to confer about it. And this last play that we had at this game, it was the most blatant pass interference I've seen all year. They didn't confer about it. They asked one guy what his call was. He said illegal man downfield. That was it. And they ran off the field. No other conferences. And the game was over. We found the next day that we should have had another check.
It's awful.
Yeah. My whole input into the deal is the refs. I can't really comment because I got a game tomorrow.
I wouldn't. They're probably here.
But they should be seen and not heard from. You know what I mean? They shouldn't decide the outcome of games, and they decide the outcome of that game.
You're right.
All right. Now we'll move.